just for the record, lest anybody think, oh, John's Dwayne Johnson hater. I love Dwayne Johnson. I love the dude. I'm always entertained by him when I watch him on screen. He's not always in the best stuff, no, but I'm always entertained by him. I'm very lucky that I've had the opportunity to actually sit down, get together with him, hang out with him a little bit on several occasions, and he's always been one of the absolute nicest people I've ever met, and I will always cheer for him. I will. I'm a big fan. That doesn't mean you can't say something really stupid sometimes. And Dwayne Johnson, for a movie star in the movie industry, making comments about the movie-going experience, has just said one of the dumbest things you can possibly say. Now, you guys know, there's a little bit, some discussion's been going on about, hey, Wicked is out there, Moana's coming, like, should you sing along in the audience? Our general feelings is no, you should not. Like, you got to respect the people around you. And then Wicked has scheduled sing-along screenings that are coming. There's going to be specific sing-along screenings for Moana and stuff like that. Well, Dwayne Johnson doesn't think so. He thinks you should just sing right along. No, screw anybody around you.
If you feel it, sing it.
Well done, both of you. Wow, you guys are
on fire today.
Fire.
Yeah, 2 cups of coffee.
All right. This comes to us from Yahoo Entertainment, who wrote this. Dwayne Johnson is telling audiences to sing in the movie theater if they wish. The A-list actor and producer is reprising his voice role of the demigod Maui in Disney's animated musical sequel, Moana 2, in theaters November 27th. The blockbuster opening of Wicked sparked a debate on whether or not moviegoers should be able to sing out loud during a musical film. Some theaters, like the ones I was in, outright asked for patrons please refrain from singing, which is the considerate thing to do, during Wicked, for instance. But Johnson feels differently, telling the BBC on Moana 2's red carpet, sing! You paid your hard-earned money for a ticket, and if you've gone into a musical and you're into it, sing.
Especially at Broadway theaters, too. Do that.
I literally am going to bring this up as a point of contention.
I was just saying, you know what? If I'm
Had that
and
happen to
I've
me
gone
last
to see
year.
Hamilton, if I'm sitting down to watch Hamilton in a local theater and there's a production of Hamilton going on, and some jackass beside me starts going, not throwing away my shot, just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing. I'm gonna slap my dick across his face and say, "Shut the fuck up," because I paid a lot of money.
You know, that might get you kicked out too, though.
That might get me kicked out. Not sure.
Why is that your first move?
That seems like an escalation, John.
There's
That
a bigger
seems like
problem.
a crime.
What if
There's a much more bigger problem. That might lead to other things that.
And what do they do in escalation?
So
from
everyone
there?
who's listening, please don't do that. We don't want dick slapping ever in theaters.
No.
Anyways, go
Why
ahead,
is
John.
that always your first
I
move?
probably prefer the singing.
Okay, but you gotta teach me a lesson. Show me you're serious. You gotta show me you're serious. Like, I get it. Dwayne says, you paid your money. You know who else paid their money? The people who just went in there to watch a movie. And to hear, like, I've never seen the Wicked stage show, so when I'm in my first screening of it, I want to hear Cynthia Erivo singing. I want to hear Ariana Grande singing. I want to hear the background singer singing. I don't want to hear fucking Stiffy Magoo beside me belting out in his half-drunk voice.
Oh,
I'm not there for that.
But if you're feeling it, come on.
I don't want to hear it. You know, other than the prices today, the number one complaint a lot of movie theater goers have is distraction from other moviegoers, whether it's talking or phones or stuff like that. And one of the biggest movie stars in the world is now coming out saying, yeah, fuck everybody around you. Just sing. Doesn't matter. They paid their hard money, but who cares about them? Go ahead and sing. That is a recipe for violence. That should not happen.
Ooh.
You don't do that.
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna bring this up without really thinking about it. So if I look dumb, like, I'm sorry, but what like when there's a sad movie and people are sobbing out loud, or when there's a comedy and people are just laughing hysterically because the movie's giving you
that's the reaction.
what's the difference?
because you're laughing in a few seconds. You're not singing
it's like
verse
a
for-
caused emotion, right?
It would be the
Yes.
same.
It's a cause, and it's not when you're singing you are choosing to
It would
do
be
that.
more akin to like, you know, the dialogue of the movie, so you just start speaking the dialogue of the movie.
That's exactly what I was going to say, right?
okay.
Like, if I'm sitting down, if I go to watch a new screening of Star Wars, like, what do you think, Dwayne? Like, the guy next to me is like, TK421, why did you post? And just sing it along with them.
Yeah.
TK421, could you copy? I think we got a bad transmitter. I'll go see what I can. You're going to turn to the guy and say, shut the fuck up. I'm watching the movie.
That's the
Yeah.
worst. I was in the theater where someone had watched a movie already, and they were like near me, and before any like surprises happened, they would go to their friend like, oh, what's up? You know, and that was the most horrible experience. I didn't say anything, but I can understand that.
You gotta be bad if you're pissing Ray off in a movie
Yeah.
theater.
No, because
so
it was like, they were like,
patient.
oh, watch this. And then so I knew something was going to happen. And
Yeah, it blows for you.
that part was taken away from me. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of disruptions I do not like in the
Now,
theater. But
I listen, I give AMC a hard time a lot of things, but I do want to give credit where credit's due. AMC spokesperson, this is also in that report. AMC theater spokesperson Ryan Noonan, who I worked with, by the way, he's been there for a long time. In response to what Dwayne said, during Wicked's opening weekend, that the theater chain asked moviegoers not to sing during the musical to prevent screening disturbances. This is what he said. AMC has a long-standing policy that prohibits disruptive behavior. He told the publication, the Wicked's pre-show spot, which includes no singing, incorporates the themes of the film as a fun, engaging reminder to moviegoers not to disrupt the experience for those around them as they enjoy the show. Look, you go in to watch Avengers Endgame, you cheer, you gasp, whatever, but don't start yelling out the dialogue along with Robert Downey Jr. I love you too. Like you don't start running. You don't do that because you're distracting from the movie. Reaction is one thing, but then like trying to make yourself, inserting yourself into it. Yes, Dwayne, people paid their money to go, but that includes everybody else in the theater who paid their money to go and watch in a distraction-free environment. So don't tell people to sing in non-singing along screenings. They are dedicating screenings to that. They're going to give you full screenings that are just so you can go in there and sing along. And I bet those will be a blast. But this is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard a very smart guy say. And I honestly think he should walk this back because this is one of the biggest problems for audiences today. They don't like distractions in the theaters, and you got to take that away. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, The Perfect Jean. So the colder season is here, and guess what? I am living in the perfect jean. These jeans are super stretchy, soft, and totally trick people into thinking I've got my life together. And I'm telling you this because I actually love them. These are absolutely, no questions asked, my favorite jeans that I have ever owned. And yes, the folks over at The Perfect Jean are paying me to say that, but it's still absolutely true. These are my favorite jeans ever. These jeans have enough stretch to accommodate Thanksgiving dinner and are comfy enough to wear all day watching Sunday football. Plus, even though they feel like sweatpants, they look good enough to be your go-to pants for date night. And listen, the Perfect Jean isn't even just pants. They've revolutionized t-shirts as well. The Perfect Tee has just enough stretch to hide that beer belly while accentuating your arms and chest for that flawless look. My guys, it's finally time to stop crushing your balls in uncomfortable jeans by going to theperfectjean.nyc. Our listeners get 15% off your first order, plus free shipping, free returns, and free exchanges when you use the code CAMPEA at checkout. That's 15% off for new customers at theperfectjean.nyc with the promo code Campea. And after you purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support the John Campea Show and tell them we sent you. F your khakis and get the perfect jean. Anyway, Chris, you heard about that. What's your reaction to this?
I hate this so much. I hate this so much. And I love him. He's great. I like his tequila so much too. He's fabulous. But you guys have heard me go on and on and on about how horrible my movie theater going experiences have been when I see any movie past 7 p.m. It's like everyone goes feral, and I don't know what happens. Amy and I were talking about this on our podcast, where she had to lean forward and ask somebody to get off Instagram Reels while she was watching a movie. Like, behavior in movie theaters is so bad already, and now you're going to add, hey, just sing if you want to.
And why would you pay that kind of money to then, like, just look at your phone. You just paid
Yeah.
$20 probably.
I love the hubris of someone going, you know who's a better singer than Cynthia Erivo? Me. I'm going to do that vocal trill at the end.
These people don't want to hear Cynthia.
That
Erivo.
thing-
They
that-
wanna
They wanna hear me.
You
Ironically, that
discovered
same
somehow.
person's really good at
get
Photoshop.
discovered somehow.
Or just mediocre at
They
Photoshop.
won.
Look-
I went and saw Ain't Too Proud to Beg last year on Broadway with my mom. We have a tradition every year of going to go see a Broadway show in New York. And that is a jukebox musical, right? Where it's all these songs from the Temptations talking about the life and times of the Temptations. And three women behind me thought they should sing the entire time. And I paid so much money for us to go see this show. And I turned around and told them, I'm not here to listen to you sing.
Damn.
I need you to stop.
And rightfully so. They
And
should
that's what I
tell
do in
them
movie
that.
theaters too. And I don't care when people think I'm rude. You're being rude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You are
paid
the
to
problem.
be here to watch this movie, not
Chris-
to hear you.
Yeah.
Like,
Chris,
listen, to Ray, you brought up a really good point about like the cheering and stuff like that. There are moments in movies that the movie is designing to get that reaction from you. They tell a joke here to get you to laugh. They have a moment here that because they want to elicit sadness and weeping from you. That's a part of the movie. That's something the movie is trying to get out of you. What they are not trying to do is to have you talk along with the dialogue just because you've already seen the movie, or
yeah,
sing
okay.
along the songs
Okay.
that other people are trying to hear the singers on the screen sing. It's just
It's being considerate and respectful.
it's just
Exactly.
being basic
Got
consideration.
common sense, right?
Yes.
To Chris's story,
Mm-hmm.
you got two performances for the price of one, is what I'm saying.
You got
I'm
to
gonna let you
that's
know
the thing.
right now, me hearing those old white ladies behind me butcher and murder the Temptations was not what I
And
wanted.
I'm gonna bring up one movie that's coming up that we're probably gonna see in the theater. Michael Jackson. His music has been a part of my life since I was young. I'm not saying I'm gonna sing, but if one of those songs comes up, I'm gonna have a hard time not dancing
Well,
in
there's
my
nothing
seat.
wrong
You know
with
what I
that.
mean? And I hope
You better not dance. I don't even want to see you. Let's
exactly,
go.
I love good music. Good, and we're gonna hear some good
Now,
music.
when
Listen,
you say
man, if
dancing,
you
you
sing
talking
it-
about shoulder shimmering or
Yeah,
standing
just
up in
shoulders
your
up like
chair?
right.
and,
No.
like,
But I'm
That's fine.
actually
No
refraining
fun
from
allowed.
actually maybe even wanting to get up and like woo.
Ray, if you sing at the Michael Jackson movie, I'm going to tell you to beat it.
I've not. Oh, God, dude,
jeez.
you really
Oh, no.
ruined your last
We
You
got to
were
be
on
really
such a good
specific
roll.
with
Yeah,
what you
you
mean by beat
ruined
it,
it.
because dick slapping already got brought up.
You
Okay.
ruined it. But like that's what I'm saying. There's I love how movies can get people going in good ways, bad ways. But singing, it's a choice that you make, and not being
poor
aware of
choice.
your surroundings is just rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and again, they are going to accommodate you. They are going to have screenings that are specifically for sing-along screenings where people going into it know that the audience is going to be sing-along too, so you know what you're getting into. That's there for you. So yeah, just be considerate of the other moviegoers around you.
And you're going to see Moana 2 later.
Yeah, today.
Imagine if people already knew the music to that and rock.
Fortunately,
just
they
led them.
don't.
Well, you know what I'm going to do.
What kind of
You know
what
what
kind
I'm
of
gonna
are you going to walk into? You know what I mean? So I know what you're going. Okay, I just
You
got
know
that.
what's going to happen.
Be
So
mindful of
I'll
the age
do that and then
demographic.
say you're welcome. So yeah,
Oh
anyway.
my God. Hey, do you think he's playing like 4D chess here? He's like, yeah, I'll blow everybody's like enjoyment at Wicked, and then
They'll all go see
they'll all
Moana
go see
too.
Moana.
Well, they better not, because remember he's
Ooh.
got his live action Moana coming. Do you want people staying away from that too? Because too many people are singing, the Moana songs. I
Right.
mean, it's just for a high profile movie star to encourage the behavior that most movie fans say is keeping them away from
Right.
the movie theaters. I mean, look, we're joking and we're laughing
Right.
about it, but seriously, this is a serious problem. A high-profile movie star encouraging behavior that a lot of movie fans say keep them away from the theaters. That's a bad thing for business. It's a bad thing for the industry, and he should know better. I love Dwayne, I
Me
do,
too.
but he should know better. And I actually think he should walk this back. I think he should say something and walk this back.
But at the heart of it, he is kind of saying like, have a good time. But if your good time is ruining it for others, then
Yeah.
there's a
It's disrespectful.
that's disrespectful. So like I get what he's saying. I love The Rock too. Like have a good time. You paid for your ticket, but in certain situations, it ruins it for a lot of the people, and that's where you have to be mindful and
Yeah,
respectful.
and you got to draw a line. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think of Dwayne Johnson's comments saying, screw everybody else? Go sing. I mean, obviously, you know how I feel about it.
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
Some people just want to see the
Sing
world
with your
burn.
dicks out. Come
Whatever
on.
you guys think,
No, Ray.
jump down in the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.